Gary Neville is a monumental bellend, and Nottingham Forest have rightly taken him to court for his defamatory remarks. For those of you out of the loop, let me explain what went down. Neville flipped out at Forest owner Marinakis for stepping onto the pitch to have a word with Nuno Espirito Santo last night, stating on commentary, "I feel compelled to mention that I think what the Forest owner has just done over at the City Ground is absolutely scandalous. If I was Nuno, I'd leave the club tonight, because that is an absolute scandal. The only thing that's scandalous is Neville getting in bed with the World Economic Forum in Davos and accepting blood money from Qatar. Yes, Marinakis should have kept his emotions in check and saved whatever he had to say for the dressing room, but it's hardly the end of the bloody world like Sky Sports are making it out to be. Neville in particular has made a habit of making a mountain out of a molehill, all while playing the moral arbitrator along the way, which is particularly ironic considering he's been protecting United's co-owner Jim Ratcliffe, who doesn't give two shits about football fans, in order to line his own pockets. For all of Marinakis' shortcomings, one thing that absolutely cannot be doubted about the man is his passion. He's poured his heart and soul into Forest, something which can't be said about 90% of owners in English football, by the way, and continued to invest in the club when every man and his dog were taking the piss out of him for signing dozens of players in the transfer market. Clearly, his approach has paid dividends, as Forest now find themselves in a European spot after languishing in the Championship for decades prior to his takeover. Obviously, Nuno's done a terrific job in his own right by tactically revolutionizing Forest, but let's not forget he wouldn't even be here in the first place if Marinakis didn't make the very difficult decision of parting ways with fan favorite Steve Cooper, who helped them get promoted to the top flight after 23 years. Now, given Forest's recent form, you can't blame Marinakis for being a little grumpy. They had Champions League football well within their grasp, and looked odds-on to finish third, only to go on a run of 1 win in 6, with yesterday's home draw against already relegated Leicester being the most inexcusable result of the lot. Needless to say, Forest were punching above their weight earlier, but if anything, that only adds to the frustration of it all, as it's not every day you get to qualify for the Champions League, and thus when the opportunity does present itself, you've got to grab onto it with both hands, especially given how fine the margins are in the race for a top 5 finish. As for Neville, the real reason he's thrown his toys out the pram is because Forest made him look like a bright kid a year ago. He described Marinakis as being the leader of a mafia gang after Forest's Twitter account rightly called out the dog shit officiating we all have to put up with in the Prem, and Forest responded by serving him a legal notice for his libelous comments. Sky Sports panicked and deleted all articles and videos related to the remark, and even issued an apology to Forest, while telling Neville not to use such language during future coverage. Clearly, the egomaniac that is Neville is still reeling from this incident, and is just trying to get back at Marinakis in any way he can. Regardless of what happens in the next couple of weeks, Forest supporters, players, coaching staff, and owners should all be incredibly proud of what they've achieved, and not let clowns like Neville spoil the party. Subscribe if you liked the video, and don't if you thought it was shite. Peace.